All right, here's the Rubbermaid Slid Lid Shed that I put together for my observatory, compact observatory, to hold all my gear and everything. Did a few modifications so the roof could actually slide off a little bit better now. I'm gonna show those modifications. It might help anybody that's trying to build this type of shed also. So let me go over to it and open it up. We've had 2 days of heavy rain, and last night it rained so hard. We had like almost 1 inch. It was heavy blowing rain, so I'm about to find out what the inside looks like. There's a walk around behind it. And I did add the brace right here for these 2 legs, just because I didn't really need it, but I added it anyway. You can hear the solar fans are actually on now because the sun is out, but you still see it. This ground is wet back here too. All right, so open it up. See how Infinity Rain got on the inside. And doesn't look wet at all. Just the door stop area. Right here is a little wet at the door, but everything on the inside looks to be dry. And usually when we're expecting rain, or if I'm not going to use the gear for a while, I always put the cover over the telescope and stuff anyway, just in case anything comes in through the roof, it won't actually get on your gear itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide it back. And the first roof you have to lift just a little bit, and it should just slide right on back. And what I did on the inside was instead of using those hooks, those eye bolts I put right here and the bungees, I did put a hasp right there. And I'm gonna show you the modifications that I did. These fans are a little loud, but these fans do have an on and off switch. I could turn them off just so I could do this video. What I did was, originally I had, before I put these L brackets right here, I cut this plastic A-frame down a little bit so the roof could slide from here. You can see that in the previous video. But I realized that after the roof has been in the sunlight for days and days in the heat, that the roof will sag just a little bit. I mean, all plastic does that. It bows just a little bit from the heat and the sun. So what I did was I removed all the screws that go here. And actually, let me take it apart so you can see what I'm talking about. I do this with one hand. All right, here we go. So now when the roof slides, since I've taken the screws out of here, and this is all one piece with this kit, I put these brackets back on here to re-secure the roof to this A-frame. And I also put little braces that I got from Lowe's across here. Just 2. Just to keep the roof from bowing a little bit with the heat. And now when you push it, everything slides back from that A-frame section. It just rolls all the way back. And I had to put some stoppers on the tracks back here. All the way back there, so that those casters won't keep rolling, because now it'll just keep on rolling back. And now it stops. So let me show you the wide view of that. And the stoppers I put back here is basically a screw. That's all it is. I put a screw there. See right here? The screw. So as the roof is rolling back, the wheel just hits that screw and won't go back anymore. You can see the A-frame section is still on here now. So now if I slide it back with all this attached, being that how this is made with like a drip loop that comes out, this fits in here perfectly without any insulation. Everything fits perfectly like that. See how it just like that. Yep. And all the water, if it comes down, just continues to roll down because there's a lip behind there. A Rubbermaid Suncoast shed that I built about maybe 5 years ago for my generator, and it's the same material. And this, you can see how this roof right here bows down just a little bit. I can see from this angle here, maybe. Just a little bit in the middle. And that's been in the heat, extreme cold for almost 6 years. And it's still holding together. So this shed over here should be the same way. And that's why I made a modification to the roof. Since I know this plastic will expand and contract with the high heat and daytime or the sunlight. And like today is only in the 60s, but the sunlight's beaming on here, so this plastic will bend a little bit and flex. But with removing this section right here, it makes it so much easier to disconnect now and just slide all the way back. So hopefully that helps somebody that has, or was thinking about getting this Rubbermaid shed, slide lid shed just like that. And here on the sides I use 2x4s to hold the rails. Yeah, it's just basically 2x4s. I put them this direction right here. And one 2x4 is sitting on the top just like that. Just screwed straight into it. And the track sits on there. And being at this side, I had the fans put in. I put the fans in the solar panel before I did rails. I had to cut this 2x4 pretty much almost in half. The same width as the rail. But these two are still the same position down here. And to secure them to the shed, I just, on the opposite side, I just drilled right through. Washers, screws right through to the 2x4s on both like that, and that holds it in perfectly. Of course, I just caulked around all the openings and things like that. But it should give some people some ideas for observatory builds or anything like that. There's so many of them out on YouTube. And I wanted something very small and compact because I'm running everything automated. So I don't need a huge shed like that big shed right there. I don't need anything that big would roll off. I just come out, I set up my gear, I go back in the house, and it runs the 8-inch scope and my small refractor just fine. And it's very simple. If it's a big storm, I just bring everything in the house. I don't have to worry about any gear getting damaged or anything like that. I just bring it in. But that's it for the shed.